the Pakistan Super League. They call it a tournament, a league. But it's more than that, isn't it? It's an emotion. It's the return of top-flight cricket to Pakistan, the emergence of young talent, the roar of the crowd, the nail-biting finishes. It's a story that began in 2016, and every year, a new chapter unfolds. From the very first ball bowled to the latest six launched into the stands, PSL has given us moments that have stayed with us. Moments that made us jump out of our seats, moments that left us speechless, moments that made history. Today we relive the 10 greatest moments in PSL history. We're talking iconic performances, unbelievable finishes, and the sheer passion that makes this league what it is. Get ready to relive the magic, the drama, the unforgettable moments that have defined the PSL. On Dubai, the air crackled with anticipation. The inaugural PSL final. Could this new tournament capture the imagination of the cricketing world? Islamabad United, led by the ever-calm Misbah ul Haq, took on the Quetta Gladiators. The Gladiators had set a competitive target, but all eyes were on one man, Dwayne Smith. The West Indian powerhouse was in his element that night. He took the Quetta bowlers apart, smashing 73 off just 51 deliveries. The crowd was on its feet, the atmosphere electric. It was a statement, a sign of things to come. Islamabad United lifted the trophy, etching their name in history as the first ever PSL champions. But more importantly, it announced the arrival of the PSL on the global stage. Sharjeel Khan, a name synonymous with power hitting. But even by his standards, this was special. It was early days in the PSL and no one quite knew what to expect. Then came Sharjeel's blitzkrieg. Representing Islamabad United, he took on a formidable Peshawar Zalmi bowling attack. Sixes rained down, boundaries flowed like water. The ball was disappearing into the stands faster than you could say century. 117 runs off just 62 balls, the fastest century in PSL history at that time. It was an innings that sent shockwaves through the tournament. This was power hitting of the highest order. Sharjeel Khan had arrived, and the PSL had its first batting superstar. Cricket in Pakistan. It was a love story tragically interrupted, but the PSL always held the promise of bringing the game home. And in 2017, that dream started to become a reality. The final of the 2018 edition was held in Karachi. The city was decked out, the atmosphere electric. You could feel the emotion, the anticipation in the air. It was more than just a game, it was a statement. Darren Sammy, the charismatic West Indian all-rounder, led Peshawar Zalmi to victory that night. But the real winners were the people of Pakistan. The image of Sammy lifting the trophy, the crowd chanting Pakistan Zindabad. It was a moment that transcended sport. Cricket was back home. Chapter 4. Ben Dunk's 99-2020. Lahore Qalandars redemption. The Lahore Qalandars, the perennial underachievers of the PSL. But in 2020 something changed. They had a new sense of purpose, a newfound belief. And leading the charge was Ben Dunk. Facing their arch rivals, the Karachi Kings, the Qalandars needed something special. Dunk provided it in spades. He was in the zone that night, dispatching the ball to all parts of the ground. 99 runs off just 40 balls, 10 massive sixes. It was an innings that single-handedly turned the game on its head. The Qalandars had finally found their voice, and Ben Dunk had etched his name in PSL folklore. Chapter 5. Fakhar Zaman's 94-2022 final. The Chasemaster. The 2022 PSL final. Lahore Qalandars versus Multan Sultans. A clash of the titans. The Sultans had set a daunting target, but if there's one thing we've learned about the Qalandars, it's never to write them off. Enter Fakhar Zaman, the man for the big occasion. He oozed class and aggression, taking the fight to the Sultans' bowlers. Every boundary brought the Qalandars closer, every shot raising the decibel levels in the stadium. 94 runs off just 50 balls. It wasn't just the runs, it was the manner in which he scored them. Fakhar Zaman had delivered on the biggest stage, leading the Qalandars to their first ever PSL title. The fairy tale was complete. Chapter 6. Shahid Afridi's Last Ball 6, 2016. Boom Boom Magic, Shahid Afridi. You could write a book about his six-hitting prowess. And in the PSL, he was no different. This was vintage Afridi. Peshawar Zalmi needed 6 runs off the last ball to tie the game against their arch-rivals, the Karachi Kings. The tension was palpable. The bowler ran in. Afridi swung his bat with that familiar ferocious swing. The ball sailed over the boundary rope. 6. The crowd went berserk. It was classic Afridi, the impossible made possible. He may not have won the game for his team that day, but he had once again etched his name in PSL history with a moment of pure magic. Chapter 7. The Multan Sultans. Led by the astute Mohammad Rizwan, they were a force to be reckoned with in 2021. They were relentless, clinical, and simply unstoppable. 8 wins in a row, a PSL record. It was a testament to their all-round strength. In Sohaib Maqsood, they had a batsman in sublime form, amassing 428 runs in the tournament. But it wasn't just about individual brilliance. It was the way they gelled as a unit, the way they dominated every team they came up against. The 2021 PSL belonged to the Multan Sultans. Chapter 8. Babar Azam's 554 runs, 2021. The King's Season. Babar Azam. The name is synonymous with consistency, elegance, and sheer run-scoring prowess. And in the 2021 PSL, he showcased all of that and more. 554 runs. It was a record at the time, and it underlined Babar's status as one of the best batsmen in the world. He was the rock around which the Karachi Kings' batting revolved. Innings after innings, he compiled runs with effortless ease. It was a masterclass in batting, a display of technique, temperament, and sheer hunger for runs. Babar Azam had conquered the PSL. Chapter 9. PSL's first Super Over, 2019. Karachi vs Lahore. Karachi Kings vs Lahore Qalandars. It's the clash that gets the pulses racing in the PSL, and in 2019, it produced a moment of unprecedented drama, the Eliminator, a place in the final at stake. The tension was unbearable as the game went down to the wire, tied scores. We were headed for the first ever Super Over in PSL history. Usman Shinwari, remember the name? He had 12 runs to defend. It was nail-biting stuff. The Karachi Kings held their nerve. They had won a thriller and etched their names in PSL history. Chapter 10. Lahore Qalandars back-to-back titles, 2022 to 2023. A fairy tale ending. From the depths of despair to the pinnacle of success, the Lahore Qalandars' journey has been nothing short of remarkable. For years, they were the whipping boys of the PSL, but under the leadership of Shaheen Shah Afridi, they transformed into an unstoppable force. 2022, they broke their duck, winning their first ever PSL title. It was a moment that sent their fans into raptures, but they weren't done yet. 2023, they defended their title, cementing their status as the new kings of the PSL. It was a fairy tale ending for a team that had endured years of heartbreak. The Lahore Qalandars had arrived, and how? Outro, the legacy of the PSL. So there you have it. 10 moments that have defined the PSL. 10 moments that have made us laugh, cry, and everything in between. It's a tournament that has captured the imagination of the cricketing world. From Sharjeel Khan's brutal hitting to Babar Azam's run-scoring feats, from Shahid Afridi's last ball 6 to the Lahore Qalandars' fairy tale rise, the PSL has given us memories that will last a lifetime. But this is just the beginning. The PSL is only going to get bigger and better. Who knows what moments of magic the future holds? One thing's for sure, we can't wait to find out. Which moment was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more PSL content.